Before I even get into this Triple P production, let me give a shout out to Rob over at Blacklight Revelations, because if it wasn't for his video that I saw on my, I guess you could say, timeline on YouTube, I would not have known about this. So this is a very interesting story right here. So of course we already know who both of these individuals are. That's Dr. Dre on the left, and that's Marjorie Taylor Greene on the right, ironically. So Marjorie Taylor Greene has gotten locked out of her Twitter account because she used one of Dr. Dre's songs without his permission. And I guess she was using it for a music video or something like that. They refer to it as a corny music video, which I think would probably be the best way to reference it, or at the very least, again, you know what, I'm gonna stick with the best way to describe it, because I can only imagine what that video looked like, and it probably is so cringe. You know what, cringe, that's the best word to call it, cringe, corny at the least. Dr. Dre and his people got on it, and she didn't want to do nothing about it. So okay, they was like, fine, Twitter locked her out of her account, and we know people like her love to tweet. So I'm gonna go ahead now and read this article coming from New Republic. On Monday, Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene posted a pseudo-hype video celebrating herself in the GOP House majority after the caucus made history in hosting the longest House Speaker election since before the Civil War. The video, posted with the caption, "It's time to begin, they can't stop what's coming," was set to Dr. Dre's Still DRE, with a smattering of clips showing Greene dramatically striding through the halls of Congress, apparently to showcase her prowess as a political operator, greasing the wheels of the House, voting 15 times before Representative Kevin McCarthy finally won the speakership, garnering over 4 million views and some 14,000 likes. Just 0.35% of the viewers actually liking the video. The clip was removed after Dr. Dre himself requested Twitter to remove the video. "I don't license my music to politicians, especially someone as divisive and as hateful as this one." Dr. Dre's lawyer Howard King had a few more words to share with Greene. "One might expect that as a member of Congress you would have a passing familiarity with the laws of our country. It's possible, though, that laws governing intellectual property are a little too arcane and insufficiently populous for you to really have spent much time on," King wrote in a cease and desist letter addressed to Greene. King also sent a separate letter to Twitter requesting the company block her post. Greene had told TMZ she was locked out of her account for using the copyrighted music without permission. And after so gleefully using Dr. Dre's music in her engagement snatching video, she snapped back at the eminent musician, saying, "While I appreciate the creative chord progression, I would never play your words of violence against women and police officers and your glorification of thug life and drugs," she told TMZ. I find that to be a scathing lie. I bet she would. She probably plays this in her spare time. I mean, why would she pick that song? Like, she had to have approved that song to be played. If the editor or whoever put that together, if she didn't do it herself, which I doubt that she did, she had to approve everything about this so-called music video. She probably knew what song she wanted to use. So for her to come back and say that, that's a lie. She's only upset because Dr. Dre and his lawyer got in her ass and got it removed and locked her out of the account. Perhaps such a 180 can be best left with the words of another classic drill tweet that always seems relevant to the right wing in America. And that tweet reads, "And another thing, I'm not mad. Please don't put in the newspaper that I got mad." And that was posted back in 2014. Listen, that woman was upset that she had to get locked out of her account. That's why she ended up coming back and saying what she said. Like, how did she go from gleefully putting this song in her video and using it on her cringe music video, whatever it was, to saying, well, that's fine because I don't support anyone who supports thug life and abuses women, or, you know, alcohol and stuff like that. Like, notice how her tone switched up real fast, because that's the real her. That was the real Marjorie Taylor Greene that creeped up out of her. I swear this woman has more personalities than that guy from the movie Split, and he has like over 20 of them. I swear this woman is beating him. She has to have at least 30. At least 30 different personalities. Like I tell you, this woman is off her rocker. She is off the chain, but this is who they elect. After all, look at George Santos. That man lied about his entire life and managed to get into a political seat. I don't feel bad for Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now, this is just a small moment for her, but I'm glad Dr. Dre actually put his foot down and said, I don't give or license my music out to people who are like you. And on top of that, you didn't ask him his permission to use the music. She, in typical colonizing fashion, just decided, oh, I'm gonna put it in here and he's not gonna care. They really think black people are dumb, especially when it comes to the music industry. This man owns his intellectual property, his entertainment property. You just can't go and just snatch it and say, oh, I'm gonna use it. You have to ask, and it's up to him to say yes or no. And I think she probably knew that he would probably say no. So that's why she just took it anyway. But now she dug a bigger hole for herself, and now she got locked out of her account. Now by the time this video goes up, I don't know if her account will still be locked or not. Probably not. But if I was Dr. Dre and his lawyer, I would take it a step further and really teach her a lesson. I bet you she won't try that stuff again.
Lord, I'm having a heart attack. Damn, this is some scary shit.